Welcome to the final hour from New Era Pro Wrestling before the big event this Sunday. Endgame Grand Finale is almost upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the King Elvis Gene.
That's right, Sonny! You undeniable waste of space! I'm Cartier O'Neill, the big voice of Final Hour, Breaking Point and Showdown! And Cartier O'Neill is headed to Endgame, And look at the king! The goat of this fine wrestling establishment! These people need to learn some respect.
I've never seen Elvis Gene acknowledge you once, Chief. But I bet tonight he'll be acknowledging a couple of people. But this crowd here in Sacktown seem to be ready to let the king know how they feel about him.
Oh, shut up. Me and Elvis Gene, the king, are great friends. What do you know?
That it's time to shut up and listen to your great friend Elvis Gene. Welcome the King, Elvis Gene, to NEW's Final Hour. The last Final Hour before Endgame 6.
They should be more respectful. The king is already fed up with these people here in Sacramento.
Quiet down. Quiet down. Quiet down. Sacktown, the king is talking. Now listen. The main event of Endgame is in jeopardy. Why is it in jeopardy? Because the king is not in it. I've had what can only be described as a breakout year here in New Era Pro Wrestling. And now your championship belt is vacated and your biggest star is not in your biggest main event? That's a fail, New Era. So how are we going to make this right?
Friend is a little delusional.
Oh, there's no delusion here, Sonny boy.
Listen. Guys like Mercy Brown, King Lars, AK-47, David Quinn, you know what they have in common. They all lost to me, baby. You see, I'm the uncrowned champion here in NEW and you people know it. And I guarantee you this. There won't be no Endgame main event without the King Elvis Gene. Keyword, guarantee. Now let me play spoiler for a minute. Buck Williams or whoever else is gonna come down here and remove me from the match with David Quinn and add me to the main event of Endgame 6. So your king and finally have his moment on the Mag Mile. So let's get this dog and pony show on the road now.
Come on, Mercy! Nobody called for the Job Squad!
It's Mercy Brown, the man who survived 19 other NEW rivals to earn a main event championship match. He chose Endgame, the destination for that match, apparently making him enemy number one in the King's eyes, as proven by the damage on Brown from last week's Summit attack.
No, Elvis, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because I don't have much time. I have a match to prepare for tonight en route to my main event championship match against your mortal enemy King Lars at Endgame 6 Grand Finale. You see, I won the Big Frank Battle Royal months ago, and I chose to make Endgame the destination for my World Championship match, and nothing is going to change that. It's set in stone. No matter how bad you come after me, no matter how many times you send the members of the Summit after me out, you haven't been able to get the job done. And now I'm just a week away from me finally achieving my dream of winning the New Era Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
The hell does Mercy Brown think he is? You don't talk to the king like that. Maybe he needs the other members of the summit to remind him.
This, tonight, a contract signing between the aforementioned Big Frank winner Mercy Brown and the near incumbent, former champion, King Lars. That match will be for the vacant New Era World Championship at Endgame, Grand Finale, all that and a whole lot more to come, tonight on Final Hour.
Brown has left, but it appears that wasn't a good enough reason for Elvis Gene. Why is he still in the ring?
So this is how this company is gonna do your king. Sacramento. I'm not leaving. Mark my words. There will be no endgame main event for any of you. Especially one that doesn't feature your king.
That is right, King. Talk that talk. Look at these losers here in Sac.
He's really gonna hold the last final hour before Endgame hostage because he's acting like a baby. Gimme a break.
Oh my goodness! David Quinn! David Quinn just waylaid the King Elvis Gene.
Back with more Final Hour. What did we just see out here with Elvis Gene and his former right-hand man, David Quinn?
What a way to start off this final hour! My God! Oh no! The King is down!
This can't be how the King Elvis Gene wanted to start off the night. David Quinn didn't need any words to make a point. Just a knee to the skull of the King's head.
My question is, where's Cameron Page? Where's Warshaw? Where was the summit? The King needs medical attention. I might go to check on him.
Oh, sit down. Will ya?
Folks, Endgame 6 Grand Finale is this Sunday, and we will be live streaming the entire event on Twitch. This is just some of the matches on tap for the big event. Starting us off is the big fatal 4-way for the New Era Unified World Championship. It will be Hero defending against 3 men he's come to know quite well in recent weeks. DDS, Big LP Lee Ponda, and the self-proclaimed New People's Champion, Will Avery. This match is going to be explosive given the hunger for success between all of these men. Only one can walk out the champion. Who will it be?
And something the Endgame event has been known for over the years is opportunity. This match has limitless potential for maximum success for whoever can climb the ladder and retrieve the golden ticket briefcase. The winner has the ability for the next 4 months to cash it in, anytime, any place for a championship of their choosing. From the House of M, Jindrak Muda takes on a man he knows quite well in Wolfsu, representing the Summit, Cameron Page, and Warshaw. Also joining the mayhem will be the Beast AJ Goldman and the returning Tomas Salazar, who will take their game to a whole other level.
Oh yeah! This one is a deeply personal battle between 2 former teammates that has erupted over the past couple of months. Guy Boyden and Christopher Steele look to end each other at Endgame. The X Factor? The man who will be in the corner, currently, of Steele. The former Devil Driver head, the Preacher himself. He appears to be on one side, but this is pro wrestling, and we know how that goes. Who walks out on top at Endgame Grand Finale?
And that's just a few of the matches we will be previewing for this Sunday's event. Endgame 6 Grand Finale will be live on Twitch this Sunday. We'll be going over the rest of the card throughout tonight's show. I guess it's time to wrestle.
Making their way to the ring, Tormented Jr. and Primo Garcia. They represent Mexico, Mexico.
Primo Garcia and Tormented Jr. are Maledicto Mexico, and they're making their way to the ring for tag team action.
Oh yeah! I like these guys. Garcia and T Jr. are as bad as they come, and they'll let you know it when you step in the squared circle with them. Basically, run up and get done up type of fellas.
Here they come! Team Alpha Flight!
The following contest is a tag team match and it's scheduled for one fall. And their opponents, Alpha Flight and Tyler Flight. Team Alpha Flight.
Speaking of overachieving, here comes Team Alpha Flight, Brian Amir, and his little sidekick Tyler Flight.
Little sidekick? Well, aren't you in rare form tonight here at Final Hour? Team Alpha Flight's Brian Amir and Tyler Flight are two of the most decorated single stars in the history of NEW. Both are former multi-time world champions, highly respected by our great fans. Please, you should try to show an ounce of respect for great talents. Here we go, fans. Maledicto Mexico is looking to knock off Team Alpha Flight. The two men who will face the NEW World Tag Team Champions at Endgame this Sunday. The current champions? The Price Brandon Price and Mac Branston, also known as Price Mac. That match has the potential to steal the show.
Standing moonsault by Flight. Oh! What a flying drop kick by TJ. The thing about Team Alpha Flight, Brian Amir and Tyler Flight, is that they are former champions. And they make sure everybody is reminded of that every time they walk out here. I don't see these two as humble. And they better not be looking past their opponents in the ring tonight, because it could be a shocking one.
Ouch. A crushing powerbomb by Garcia. But Flight with the quick kick out. Maledicto Mexico are also former tag team champions, and they've bragged about those accomplishments in the past on numerous occasions. So get off your high horse and show these men some RESPCT Cartier. Flight with a fury of strikes, but he's currently in the wrong side of town. Hey man, I need to ask, Have you heard from your King Elvis Gene after that knee to the face by Quinn?
Actually, I have. As a matter of fact, he wants me to pass on this message to the NEW hopefuls here tonight and that one-eyed traitor, David Quinn. His royal face will be just fine, and he's now going to take pleasure in ridding NEW of David Quinn once and for all this Sunday in their match. But he also wanted me to remind everyone about his warning for NEW management, the two men who have stolen his main event spot, King Lars and Mercy Brown, and most importantly, all his fans here tonight. And I quote, "There will be no endgame main event without the King." That's a promise from his kingship. Suck on that one, Sacramento.
So it seems that knee to Elvis Gene's head might have reminded him why David Quinn isn't someone to look past, but his obsession with being in the main event of Endgame is kind of unsettling. Don't you think so, Cartier? I mean, with all the ominous warnings being thrown around by the King earlier.
I think you're an idiot for even asking such a stupid question. I am a loyal servant of the King Elvis Gene. You'll stop with all that slander right now. He was always going to kick David Quinn's ass. That match is personal. The main event is strictly business.
Arm drag by Amir. Ouch. I think Garcia got busted open there. Cartier, let me ask you something about the tag team champions, Brandon Price and Mac Branston. As we know, they have a lot in common with their challengers on Sunday at Endgame, Team Alpha Flight. What do you think is the biggest difference between champions and challengers? And please, will you use a little respect? Or is that too much to ask for? Here goes Team Alpha Flight. With the Doomsday Device on Garcia.
Listen, for the record, I do respect something about Team Alpha Flight. The fact that they're going to lose to Price Mac on Sunday. To answer your question about the difference between the challengers and champions, the fact is, admittedly, the biggest difference between them is that Price Mac is hungry and out to prove something. Flight and Amir are both just coming off the injured reserve list, making them supremely vulnerable to this ass whooping they're about to take courtesy of those two bums that call themselves tag team champions, Price Mac.
Irish whip to the corner by Flight. Drop kick to the head of Garcia. And a neckbreaker. Flying elbow combo by Team Alpha Flight.
I'll give it to Team Alpha Flight. They're looking good in this matchup tonight against Meldico, Mexico. Yes, they're multiple-time tag team champions, yada yada. But I think they're both pretty washed. As a matter of fact, earlier you said their tag team championship matchup on Sunday may steal the show. I think the opposite. I think it'll be a 2-minute squash in favor of the champions. It's time to pull the plug on these two old dogs. Who knows? Maybe Cameron Page and Warshaw can get their act together and recapture those tag team championships.
I'm absolutely sure the King would love that. In a perfect world, if he could weasel his way into the main event at Endgame, and the Summit could somehow win the tag team championships back. You and your King would be just ecstatic in your perfect world. Maybe you could become the official voice of the Summit one day.
And my first official request once I'm made the voice of the Summit, to get rid of you. Permanently.
They work so well in tandem. Many teams have tried to topple them, but they've always fought and clawed their way back to the top, respectfully. To your point earlier, I can't see this championship matchup between Price Mac and Team Alpha Flight being anything but a classic. For former world champions. For gladiators competing to not only not lose but captured or keep those NEW Tag Team Championships. Maybe Team Alpha Flight does have something to prove.
Slaps by Amir on Garcia, followed by the kick. Amir running. Nails Tormenti Jr. with the running shoulder.
And here we go! Amir charging it up. Powerbomb!
One.
Flight makes the save off that powerbomb by Garcia. NEW faithful, just a reminder we are live on Twitch. What a tag team move. What a championship level move by Team Alpha Flight, we just saw.
Powerbomb to the outside by Flight.
One more time. Amir's charging it up, going for his finishing maneuver, the Indian Slumber. And bam, he hits it. And that's all she wrote from El Dicto, Mexico by the hands of the #1 contenders, Brian Amir and Tyler Flight. As they look onto this Sunday's big-time matchup against Price Mac for the NEW Tag Team Championships. Team Alpha Flight doesn't look to have lost a step after that win, huh, Cartier?
2-minute squash at Endgame 6. Book it!
Here are your winners. Team Alpha Flight. Sacramento. Please welcome the NEW World Tag Team Champions, the Brandon Price and Nick Branstad. Price Mac.
Well, I think business is about to pick up. It appears the tag team champions want to see their challengers, Team Alpha Flight, up close and personal.
I guess so, because the champion seems to be coming down here with their eyes directed on the undisputed #1 contenders, Team Alpha Flight. I feel like these two teams are going to leave it all in the ring on Sunday. May the best men win. Who that is to be determined, but these four are truly the best of the best.
Fans, we are back here on NEW Final Hour, and my guest at this time is the man who officially will face the King Elvis Gene one-on-one at Endgame 6 Grand Finale this Sunday night, David Quinn. This is more than a match between two men who seem to have had it all at one point in time. Now they are bitter enemies, as bitter enemies headed towards what can only be described as one hell of a clash on Sunday night. David, you laid out Elvis Gene earlier tonight on Final Hour. What did it feel like to finally land that flying knee on Elvis Gene's already bruised face?
How did it feel? What a dumb question. It felt great, you idiot. But not as great as it's gonna feel when I do it again, but this time I do it on the biggest stage, Endgame 6. Elvis Gene. This is where you die.
Elvis Gene has reluctantly accepted a one-on-one match with you at Endgame. You in fact, used to be his right-hand man in the summit and you hurt a lot of people en route to discovering the truth about the true nature of Elvis Gene. Do you feel bad about all the people you injured at the direction of the King, Elvis Gene, and the rest of the members of the summit?
Do I feel bad for hurting people? You're really on a roll, Goodall. Easy answer. Absolutely not. I was known for hurting people long before the brainwashing of the summit commenced. It sounds like this Sunday at Endgame I'm gonna have to remind people just who the hell I am.
Sounds like we're in for a good one this Sunday at Endgame. Guys, back to you.
Well, that was...
Oh, yada, yada, yada. Quinn's talking a good game standing in the back with Jay. This Sunday, he's going to get the absolute best the King Elvis Gene has to offer. And we will be reminded of who you were on Sunday, and that's a loser.